Hi everyone. Today I will talk about my part-time job and how does it feel to be a bus driver, and also what are the responsibilities of a bus driver. So usually most people who are not comfortable on the road will think of it as a scary and hard job. Also looking at the fact that it is a big bus, more than double the size of two vans combined. And there are possibilities of a serious damage or an accident if it hits anything or anyone, unfortunately. I was scared as well while driving on the road just with my car, but now I am comfortably driving a bus. And how did that happen? Okay, so with proper training and being always aware of your surroundings, that will help you a lot while driving the bus. So the first process is a whole month worth of training, first in class, then in the yard, and finally on the road. You will get used to the bus just like you do with a car. Turns are the most dangerous when you're driving a big vehicle. So always looking for pedestrian, cyclist is a must and safer for both of you in many, many ways. Also getting more used to with the turns, if it's wide or short, will help your driving. Always try to be on the safe side and drive slow. So fast driving can cause slipping on the ice, rain, or uncontrollable vehicle. So the whole training process is professional, and they give you plenty of explanations and examples of what situation requires what kind of action. So different videos will be shown to you which tell you what can happen if you don't keep your focus on the road. Also, your full concentration and controlling your vehicle properly is a must. So different kind of emergency situations will be identified and what procedures to do in them as well. Always keep yourself and everyone around you safe by following all traffic rules and laws. Always stay in the right lane unless you have to move to the left. That is safe in many ways for you, the pedestrian outside, and your passengers inside the bus. So, in keeping yourself in the right lane, the first point is if there is any kind of emergency on the bus and you have to evacuate immediately, the kids will be safe from many outdoor elements, traffic, hazards, any kind can happen outside. So, in that situation, you have to be uh, able to stop in a corner so you can take out your passengers safely. There can be a fire hazard, there can be a road hazard where you have to take out the kids from the bus. Always remember your passengers inside the bus are the most important cargo you have, and you should always keep them safe. And if you need to evacuate for any reason, you should be the last person getting out from the bus and make sure all the kids are outside. None of them is left behind. Roads and weather both are unpredictable, and you should always be prepared for anything. So, being a professional driver means big responsibility and avoiding dangerous situations, many times giving up your right of way just to avoid a accident or a serious situation. If you have someone tailgating, safely move over to the shoulder of the road and let that vehicle pass. Always stop for emergency vehicles, that's a must. Never be under an influence while driving. Never use cell phones because if a child is calling you or somebody's honking their horn outside to get your attention for some any reason, you wouldn't be able to hear it. And never let a young child off the bus without a supervised guardian. Try to always keep your kids inside the bus unless you have to evacuate, because the inside of the bus is the most safest place for them. And if you have a stop and are dropping off children there, you should make sure every other vehicle has stopped and no one is going to cross your stop arm while the kids are getting off the bus and crossing the road. Also, let the students know to also be aware of their surroundings. Look the drivers in the eye so they know that they're crossing or the driver has stopped fully. Some drivers will try to cross the stop arm thinking it's just a simple stop and they have to just stop and go, or are unaware of it, or they just want to cross it. Also, for the mornings, everyone is mostly in a hurry to go to their work or dropping students to the school. So let the students know to be at the stop before time so they don't have to cross the road running to catch the bus. Always keep your eyes open for unexpected things: vehicle, animals, cyclists, and pedestrians. Or every young child should be left with a guardian, and if you don't see them, don't let the child off. The bus is better and safer for them. Notify the office. They will call the guardian or get in contact with school. You either wait for the guardian or you go back to school to drop the kid. You don't want to leave the kid alone with strangers on the road. The kid would be terrified and probably will have a really bad experience. And it would last for a long time for that child to just get out of that situation. Always, always check your bus for sleeping children after every run. You don't want to leave them behind in any situation. You will get in a big trouble if you do that. It's a criminal offense and you will be charged and also lose your job. So make sure you check at least twice while going backwards to press the child check button and coming back towards the front. Make sure you check under the seats. Sometimes they're teeny and they just slip down and sleep. So make sure you check your bus thoroughly. You don't want a child who's terrified by leaving, like by left behind in a bus all alone, and they don't know where they are and they don't know how to contact with their parents or school or the driver. They would be scared. When you're stopping at the like stops where you pick up your children, always take your time, rock and roll, move around to look in your blind spots. Maybe there's a child running for the bus and you cannot see them. Always wait a couple of seconds before closing the door. Make sure you're checking all the mirrors, front, back, so you can see somebody coming. Also, cars, which can be in your blind spots. So, cyclists can be in your blind spots. Always make sure you look around fully before moving your bus again. Take a full night's sleep. This will keep you alert the next time you're driving. Always do your circle check. It's making sure that your bus doesn't stop in the middle of a run. You have to check the engine, tires, fluids, emergency doors, lights, stop arms, leaks of any kind. So you don't have to do that while the kids are on the bus. You need to do a circle check before your morning pickup. So what to do if a fight breaks out inside your bus and students are fighting with each other? Your first priority should be focus on the road and safely parking the bus on the corner of the road, and hazard lights should be on. Talk to them, try to convince them to stop the fight. If they don't listen, you have to contact dispatch the office to let them know. They will try to talk to the kids or the school. If it becomes extreme and the situation is really escalating, probably authorities will come into it and police would be called in this kind of situation. But never ever touch the kids. Always keep the other students safe also. I am extremely lucky that I never got that kind of situation where the students got extreme. They're really nice and they listen to the driver if you respect them. Never do something which you would not like to be done to yourself. So never insult the kids, respect them, and they will listen to you. So when I got my bus license, it was like right after my full G license in 2016. Since I had recently like done my driving test, I was already in a habit of perfectly following all rules and laws of the road, so the basics were easy to understand. My thoughts of while I was applying for this job was why would they hire me since I never worked before as a professional and had no other specific qualifications for commercial driving. I was a housewife and a mother of three when I applied. So my youngest just started kindergarten at that time. So just saw a huge poster outside a building and this it said drivers needed. I went inside, got an appointment, and the interview was set up and she asked some questions like related to a vehicle. What do you know? So I just told her the basics and what will I do if something happens inside the bus? Some basic questions regarding school bus driving. So I just needed to provide some references since I had no employee letters. I got good get references from some parents who already experienced tuitions from me with their kids. So I started my training soon after, which was almost a month long. It was a bit tiring, but to gain something, you have to learn something and give your time to it. So the positive thought I had in my mind was if other people can do it, so can I. Especially mothers of young children who can take their child on the bus with them, or if your child goes to school, you can ask them the route for that specific school. It might be yours in the future, and also, if your child is sick and you have nobody to take care at home, you can take your child with you. Always keep in your mind it's better to be safe than sorry. That's really important. Drive with confidence, but don't get overconfident. Always prioritize the safety of the kids inside your bus in any situation. 5 minutes late is better than 2, 3 hours late if you get into an accident or something like that. So take your time. Most of the people on the road really want to safely reach their house. So not everyone is racing to reach some location, but some drivers do. But let them pass if you can and drive slowly, drive with focus, don't get involved in unnecessary situations, and take care of the kids inside your bus. Those parents who are trusting you with their most precious belonging would be disappointed if something like a big thing would happen. I try my best to be cautious and try not to break the trust I build with the parents and also with my company that I am a professional and safe driver. I also appreciate all the parents who supported me for all these years and listened to the advice I gave their kids for a safe bus ride. They know it's important if the child is sitting on their seat properly, not running around the bus because there are no seat belts for the kids. So I don't want them to fall down when I push a brake for any kind of unnecessary situation. I know it sounds a bit hard that the bus job is probably really difficult and it has too many rules and regulations and other things. But when we do some work, we have to follow rules in every workplace. So you just have to get used to the rules of the bus. And it's not that hard. You probably will get used to it fast than you realize, and you will eventually love driving your school bus route. And especially if it's the same route for a long time, you will get used to with the parents, kids, they will appreciate your hard work. They know they're not going to drop their kids all the way to the school, but you're helping them in a way. And the kids also realize because it's a privilege to ride the bus. So they try their best to behave. Some of them just try to be a bit funny and make jokes, and you should just don't be too strict with the kids. Let them enjoy their time, just not too much jumping and screaming in the bus. Otherwise, if they're enjoying the bus ride, that's lovely, and you should enjoy your driving too. So, I've been driving for almost 4 to 5 years, the school bus, and I am enjoying this because this is something I would be comfortable even if I have to drive 10 or 20 years because it's a part time job. I still get time for my family and my chores at home. I can still do it in the middle time. So I do my driving in the morning, come back, do my chores at home, go back in the afternoon, pick those kids up, and do my run and come back. It's like just a random driving like I do in my car, but with more kids, more people, a little bit more safe driving because it's a big bus. But I am glad I'm doing this job. Also, thank you all of you for listening to my experience and kindly like and subscribe to my channel to support me more. Thank you so much for watching my video today. Okay, hi everybody again. I just got this letter from my employer. Oh, so cute. It says years of safe driving too. Oh, that's amazing.